Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about this. Have you ever heard of hanging wallpaper over wallpaper? For those friends that are new here, my name is Victoria, and my husband Scott and I own an interior design company. He's my master carpenter, and I'm the designer. Together, we make a great team, but I will tell you, the one time that we removed wallpaper on a job, we almost broke up over it. Like, that's how awful it was. So we're not interested in removing wallpaper, but the paper that was here hanging in our foyer, I was just kind of growing weary of it after 8 years. So I was like, can we hang paper over paper? Well, yes, you can, as long as it's done correctly the first time, right? And actually, if you were here last week on our client design install house tour, you should definitely check that out. In their half bathroom, no, actually it wasn't a half bath, it's a full bath. In their guest bathroom, Scott hung wallpaper over their wallpaper because the first person that hung it did a good job. There was no reason for us to tear it out. I promise, it's a nightmare. We will never be teaching you that on the channel. So we thought today would be fun to show you a little do-it-yourself project. Know that you have what it takes, my friend. And this is a small space. Wallpaper can be so impactful, whether it's on the back of a bookshelf, a small space like this, a ceiling, a whole wall. It's such a yummy, happy thing. So enjoy. I hope you learn from the professional, my husband. He's amazing, and I will be talking you through step by step what he's doing. So I hope you will enjoy and be inspired for your own home. Sit back, grab your favorite drink, and let's go hang this wallpaper together. So here's a look at the before, my old wallpaper. My dad actually hung it for me, and he hung it horizontal instead of vertical. I love the happy accident. But anyway, let's get started with hanging the paper. You want to make sure you know where center is, because we will start hanging from the center. That is the only way the wall is going to look right. You also need to make sure you measure the height so that when you do roll your paper out, you're not cutting yourself short. So Scott made sure he measured from the floor to the ceiling, and that's also going to give us a few extra inches for forgiveness because of the baseboard. Once you know that height, you're going to fold your paper, and that way we can have a nice crease so it will be easy for us to follow the line and cut it. Next, you want to make sure that you mark the top of your paper because we don't want to accidentally hang it upside down. You can simply do that with a pencil. Then we're going to flip our paper over so that we can get it ready for glue. All you need is a paintbrush and a roller in order to do this properly. I love the Sherwin-Williams glue. We think that it's a great product. That's what we prefer to use, and we'll be sure to link that for you below so that you can use it too. Then you're just going to simply take your time, and you want to do smooth, even coats of the glue. We don't want to have more glue in one spot than the other. It will just make hanging it a lot harder, and you don't need a thick layer. So just think very clean, smooth, a light coat. And traditional wallpaper is really my favorite. I just think that you can easily be able to move it so your seams match, and you'll see that as we get to hang it. But again, you're just gonna go smooth, easy strokes. And then once you feel good about it and you have good coverage, you're just gonna take the end and fold it over itself. Not to worry, it's not going to dry and then you can't undo it. All we're doing is doing that so that we can have room on the table. Our table is shorter than the actual wall, which is why we have to do this. And honestly, it is going to make it easier for you to hang when you do fold it over, and you'll see why once Scott goes to put it on the wall. Continue to cover all the paper with your glue and use the brush where you need to. So before we hang the first piece, we want to make sure that we are going to follow a level line. So obviously we already marked the middle of the wall at the beginning, but now you can see Scott's using the level and a pencil to just go down the wall so that he has a line to follow. You can also use a laser if you wanted to. We don't have the laser, it's actually on a job right now, so we did have a level and that works just as well. Now it's time for the happy. We're going to hang run 1 in the middle. Remember, we gave ourselves some extra, so that way you can follow your level line and make sure you have enough on the top and the bottom. And then you're going to press it lightly to the wall. We'll be sure to link all the tools that we're using. This wallpaper brush, that's helping get the bubbles out without hurting the wallpaper. Of course, I would encourage you to buy a nice, thick Luxe wallpaper, which is honestly very affordable. I'm not a fan of peel and stick or really cheap papers. They're just more difficult to hang. So the nicer paper you have, the easier it's gonna be. Then once you get the bubbles out, you're gonna use this tool. The hard plastic helps you use a razor across the top, and then we're gonna repeat that on the bottom. You can see Scott's just using the tool with a fresh razor blade, and he didn't quite get all of it, so he's just gonna go back through again, and you'll see it's just a small piece. And now, make sure you have all the bubbles out, and you repeat all of step 1 to get to the second run of paper. Now, when you're matching, this is actually paper that is hanging over. It's called double cut paper. You're gonna know that when you purchase it. Not all papers are like that. Scott actually hates hanging double cut paper, but I'm so happy I bought this so that you guys can see. It's really not that challenging. Once you measure and line up your pattern, then you're gonna take, again, make sure your blade is fresh, because if you have a dull blade, it's not gonna be fun. Don't worry, we're gonna do a double cut seam again on the 3rd run. So if you missed all of that, just keep watching and we're gonna cover it again. Then we're gonna make sure the seams are nice and snug together with this little roller. That also helps get the bubbles out. And you see that there are some bubbles on the left side. All of those are gonna get pushed out with this plastic tool. And I would encourage you to look at your paper from the side to make sure you got all the bubbles out. Then you're gonna take a damp sponge to get any excess glue off. Do not do this with a natural paper like a grass cloth. That is not recommended. You do not want to wet a grass cloth. But if you have a regular paper like we are hanging, then you're gonna want to take the excess glue off that way. We are already on our 3rd run. So exciting and so beautiful. Do you guys like the change? I really love the change. Those are little boogers that Scott's getting out. Sometimes the glue just kind of clumps up, so you can just take those out with your finger. And you'll see here, it's a double cut paper, so he has to go over the paper on top of it. And he's just slightly pushing it gently, getting the bubbles out as he goes, making sure that pattern is lined up. That's really important. And the beauty of traditional paper is that you can manipulate it while it's on the wall. It's not gonna dry really fast, and peel and stick is awful. You can't manipulate it at all. So once he's confident that all the bubbles are out, he's cut the top with a razor. Now he's gonna go very steady, go very slow, and you're just gonna go all the way down and then peel it off. And then it's really easy to remove the underside. You'll see he just pulls it right out. Again, make sure you have a fresh new razor blade when you go to hang the wallpaper. Then take your roller so that the seams are good and snug, which will also get all the air bubbles out. And voila, my friends. I know we did this in like 11 minutes. In reality, it took Scott start to finish with setup and cleanup about an hour and a half. Keep in mind, he's hung a lot of wallpaper with Free Spirit Designs. I honestly, anytime I can use wallpaper on a project, I do. It's so beautiful, so impactful. Again, don't forget to use a damp sponge so you can get any excess glue off, because once that dries, there's no turning back, my friends. And of course, make sure you remove the outlet cover. We forgot to talk about that at the beginning, but then you can see we just simply put it back. All the bubbles are gone and the beauty is done. Now I just have to paint my ceiling so that it matches the new wallpaper. Let's get the furniture put back so we can enjoy this space. I love my little once dresser turned into a foyer table. I was like, hey Dad, do you think we can take this deep dresser and cut it in half and make it a foyer table? Of course we can. And I love my Anthropologie mirror. It's so nice to have a mirror reflect light in a space that doesn't get a ton of natural light. And the beauty of lamps, of course, always add the touch of cozy and more lighting. That's one of my favorites from Free Spirit Bundle. It's fall, of course, so we've got to bring in a touch of fall into the foyer, or as some say, foyer. I don't talk like that, but I'll never forget when someone corrected me on my social media. It made me laugh. I was like, okay, you can say foyer. Tomato, tomato. Candlesticks are a must because candlelight always adds a cozy finishing touch to any space in your home. And if you have not had a chance to check out Free Spirit Bundle, Build Your Own Bundle, right now our fall collection is still happening. It will be up all the way through November. There are some gorgeous, gorgeous finds, my friends. And I'm so grateful for you supporting my small business. I just want you to know that with every purchase, you're giving back and helping another family in need. With Free Spirit Bundle, we do a complete room makeover once a year for a single parent. And it's such a blessing to them, and you are a blessing by purchasing from my small business because you're also giving back to the community. I would just encourage you, if you haven't decorated for fall, definitely go back and check out some of my videos. Fall Decorate with me. You can see with just a touch of leaves, some acorns, pine cones, and a pumpkin, candlelight, we're good to go. And the wallpaper, I mean, it's a beautiful anchor behind it all that will of course be out every season. Not so hard, right? So beautiful, so impactful. Go find some gorgeous wallpaper and do it. You can totally do it yourself. So if you don't want to do it yourself, share this video with someone that you think could do it for you. And together you can create something so beautiful. I'm so happy you were here today. For those friends that are new and stuck around, thank you. Please consider hitting that subscribe button because we always talk about home, everything related to your home. We have a few other do-it-yourself projects that you can look back at, and we're just incredibly grateful. We cannot do the channel without you guys. Holidays coming, so there's gonna be lots of fun Christmas decorating. If you missed any of our fall decorate with me's, those were so much fun, and there are, I think, 4 videos that you can check out. We also have online furniture, everything that you need for your home, beautiful luxe, high-end designer brands that I have personally handpicked, and you don't pay the prices that are online. So check out Free Spirit Marketplace too. Thank you again for being here. Please consider, again, hit that subscribe button, you guys. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers this year. I can't do it without you. So share this video, go back and share another video. You guys are the best. Tell me in the comments below, would you ever hang wallpaper in your house? Tell me, I want to know. Or if you have wallpaper in your house, don't let it just be yes or no. Tell me where you have it, or maybe where you want wallpaper hanging. It has come a long way, my friends. I believe it is such a beautiful, timeless piece you should add to your space. Love you guys. Have an amazing week, and we will see you next Sunday.